The old BOOYAH Blade strikes again. You know, I think this spinnerbait, for one, it gets forgotten. You know, this is the original BOOYAH spinnerbait right here. With all the options that we have in this bait, colors, blade combinations, to me, it's the perfect bait when you want to catch fish, when the fish are feeding on shad, when you're limited on what you can throw because of, like you can see here, all the trees, the wood, the grass. It's a bait that you can throw around the structure. It's not gonna hang up. It's gonna be able to come through that. There's just so many things you can do with this spinnerbait, and it gets bites. You can see right there, that hook just buried up in there, the top of his head. That's one thing you want in a spinnerbait. You want a good spinnerbait that's got quality components, from the blades to the swivel to the hook. I mean, if you don't have those components, then you're not gonna land as many fish. And you know, that BOOYAH Blade is a great option, and it will hold up to the abuse of a lot of bass. Trailers on a spinnerbait, to me, are a must. You know, that bait right there, it looks fine. I mean, it looks like a shad. It'll catch fish just like that. But to me, giving it a little bit of body, what I call body, is just a little bit of something more, a little bit more vibration, always seems to get more bites. No matter if it's crystal clear water or if it's dirty, muddy river water, to me, it just seems to get bites. And this is just a 3.5-inch Young Pulse swim bait. And what I like to do is just bite off just a little bit of the head of it, just however long you want. You can kind of judge that for yourself. Then you just want to thread it on there, nice and slow. You know, a lot of people get real weird about if their bait's not completely straight, but with a spinnerbait, it's not as big of a deal because it's just gonna be on there to give you some more body. And to me, getting it on there, giving that bait some body, I always like to leave it where the tail hangs down below my skirt, just so it gives those fish a pinpoint spot when they come up, gives them the right spot to hit. One thing that applies any time you're fishing, but this time of year, it doesn't matter what type of bait you're throwing, but anytime you're fishing in the cold weather months, and I leave that open because cold weather months are different for every part of the country, but for me, a lot of the biggest bites that I get are in that 10 to 2 time of the day. And even though the fish are used to the cold weather, I still think that some of those bigger fish will move up on targets. They'll move up on structure better, especially on a sunny day, in that as soon as your sun reaches its peak and starts its way back down in that early afternoon time, it just seems like you get a lot more bites. And you know, just like today, I just went back down a bank that I fished through earlier and caught more fish on the second pass. And I think a lot of that has to do with just this time of the year. Those fish will start moving up more right before. It's kind of funny, they do it right before the sun starts heading back down. Oh gosh, there's a good one. Come here. Got him. Look at that one. That's what I'm talking about. Just got done saying it. Pulled everything down there. That was a good one. You can see the way that fish ate that bait, right in the top of his nose. Again, the sun, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun's about to start heading down. The original BOOYAH Blade gets bit, baby. Yes.